Hi, I'm LIV DAWN, and this is Pretty People Can't Be Pretty Liars. I crossed rivers to find you, climbed high mountains to hold you, yet every little stone that pierced me is reminiscent of shells which haunt me. Walk the coastlines, bruised my soles on rock faces, following a compass back to you, trailing footmarks left behind, left inside. Flew your arrow, pretty people can't be pretty liars. Soared your arrow, pretty people can't be pretty liars. Sun on my face, I can finally see everything I've been missing overseas. Grace in this piece, like a bird in the breeze. So free, I can finally breathe. Swam great oceans to feel you, swept away by beautiful currents, rippling through my virtue. Lost in your eyes as I fell through, drew out crosses on my maps. You bled me dry, holding out my hands to reach you, pulled by the tide, yet left so still, left unhealed. Flew your arrow, pretty people can't be pretty liars. Soared your arrow, pretty people can't be pretty liars. Sun on my face, I can finally see everything I've been missing overseas. Grace in this piece, like a bird in the breeze. So free, I can finally breathe. I can finally breathe. I can finally breathe fresh air and see life is a beautiful breeze. I can finally breathe. Yeah, so 2019 was like almost, I had planned that year, because that was like, right, 2019 is going to be the year that I'm going to go for it, because I'd kind of just done music on the side just when I was working, and had started writing songs, and I was like, right, 2019, I'm going to go for it. I wanted to release a single, and then I wanted to go to London for a bit and just get out there and try and get more known. And yeah, so I'd actually planned it for like 6 months or something in 2018. Like, I was just working in a cafe and writing songs and doing what I was doing. But at the same time, I was researching into like the industry, how to get into the industry, how to start, how to release a song. Like I knew nothing, absolutely nothing. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing here at all. So I had to like literally just Googled how to release a song, like all about studios, just all about distribution, like PRS, like everything that you need to basically start off as an artist. So just did that for like a few months. And I was like, right, springtime 2019, let's aim to get my first single. And I recorded that with our drummer, who's actually in my band at the moment. But he played keys and he came to studio with me. And we recorded that in like April. We finished it in May. But obviously these things take longer than what you anticipate. So it ended up becoming like a summer single. So I was like, okay, let's aim for summer. And at the same time, I'd love to go to London. Like, so the plan was get the single out, go to London, busk. Like, I did busking. So busk in London, promote it, like just sing it like in London, and I had like little leaflets and stuff as well. So yeah, it got released in July. Went to London. I stayed with one of my mum's friends, which was really lucky, because trying to stay in London is so expensive. But yeah, went for it, and then just spent the whole summer like busking and having a great time and trying to promote my single. And it was so fun, and it was such a nice way to start, because the response I got was great, because you know every day was different when we were busking. Like you'd have loads of different people coming up to you and asking you like where you're from and what you're doing, and like then I'd be like, oh, I've just released my song, go and check it out. And yeah, so I got loads of like coverage and got some new fans and people on Instagram, and just like building that up. But also in the summer, it was actually my dad, like he was just listening to Radio Scotland, and they were announcing this new singer-songwriter award, and my dad was listening one day just driving, and he was like, oh, that sounds perfect like for a LIV. And then he was like, phone me since we got in, and he was like, you need to apply for this. I didn't even know it was happening. It's just my wee dad found it, and it was basically it was BBC Singer Songwriter of the Year award, and you were to apply if you were like based in Scotland, like just emerging, starting out. You weren't to be like signed to like labels or agents or anything. Just basically like really fresh and trying to like start and make a move. And yeah, applied, and it was like had to submit a video of like an original song. Like you can even just filmed it in your room or whatever. And then a cover, and then just some information about you. And I applied for that like at the start. I actually think it was the end. I think it was like late spring, kind of into summer, and then forgot about it because I was having a great time in London, just busking and stuff. And then it was start of August, sorry. And I got this phone call, and I was like in London. I think I'd went to go get a coffee like in between the breaks of busking. And it was like no caller ID, and I was like, hello? Hello? And then it was like, hi, this is BBC Radio Scotland here. It's just to say that you got into the top like 10 for the BBC Songwriter Award. And I was like screaming, absolutely having a meltdown in the middle of London. Everyone's like on the phone. And they were like, we need you we'd like to invite you to come to the BBC studios in Glasgow to record the original song that you submitted, and eventually once we've got that, we'll put it to public vote. And yeah, it was so, they were kind of chatting on the phone, explaining the process, and they invited me to the BBC studio, and that was the end of August. So that was amazing. So I ended up having to come back home for a wee week or two, and went to the BBC, and I got to meet the other like nine shortlisted artists, and it was great. Like we got to go in. We were in the radio room, do you know, like where they bring in like all these really known artists, and it was just amazing, the whole experience. And yeah, so we got to go in, record our original song, meet some people at the BBC, and yeah, there was a artist, sort of musician, and he also works at the University of West of Scotland called Davy Scott, and he's in the Pearl Fishers. So he actually was coaching us. So he was kind of coaching us and guiding us through and helping us kind of, like, because we're all quite, this is a big thing for all of us, and we're all quite new to it. So he was great. He kind of guided us through the whole process. But yeah, we got to record it. And then once we all recorded our original songs, they were put online, like on the BBC. They had sort of put a little like press release out, and they were, you know, explaining that there's this award and it's down to public vote. And I think there was a week you could vote for at the start of September. And during that week, we also got radio play. So these original songs were then put on, played on like the afternoon show. I think it was mornings with Kay Adams. And yeah, it was great. So it was just crazy to hear yourself on the radio, because that was my first ever time on the radio, and I was like crying. And yeah, I think just that was amazing, like the fact that they had brought all these sort of new Scottish like songwriters and given them that platform. And yeah, it was so exciting. And yeah, just contacted everyone I knew, all my family, friends, like everyone was like, you need to vote for me. And yeah, got the results back and got into the top 4. So that was the 4 finalists, who were then to go on to a live final and perform in front of a panel of judges, and then they would like announce the winner. And the live final was held at St Luke's in Glasgow, which is a beautiful venue. And, you know, it was the biggest like production I think I've ever seen. There was cameras everywhere, mics everywhere, cables everywhere. It was just, the whole production was amazing. Yeah, and then the live final came along, and we got some coaching and rehearsal days up to that, like up to the final. And we actually got to also play with a string trio for one of our songs, and Davy Scott was kind of helping us with that and coaching and sort of helping with arrangements and everything. So we were to then perform on the final, for the live final, like an original that you submitted and you'd recorded, and then a cover as well. So it was like 2 songs. It was almost like a showcase, which was really nice. And yeah, just it happened so quickly. That was like, I think that was the end of September in 2019, and yeah, we went on like kind of 10-minute performance and sang our songs and got to play with the string trio, and just the whole thing. It was amazing. I think that was also the biggest gig I had ever done at that point. So all of this was like my biggest moment, so like my career really. And yeah, that happened, and just the whole experience was amazing. And obviously that then got broadcast live on BBC Radio Scotland as well, and there was just loads of coverage. And we also got like features on like BBC and Scottish Field, and so it was just, the whole thing was great for like starting out. And honestly, it was like the catalyst really to my career. And yeah, then it kind of led on from there. But yeah, 2019 was definitely one of the best years, because it was all so new, and that's so exciting when you're like, oh, this is what it could be like, and this is what I want to do. And that's what just fed that like ambition and drive to do it more. Yeah, so 2019 was probably one of my best years. This is I Love You. I've been free falling around you. Could you imagine life without breathing around you? Oh, what a beautiful fool. Life isn't quite what we thought it was, but we hold on to what we've got. And I have a feeling you'll be here a while, so hold me close. I love you. I love different place with pretty views and colorful rooms. Waking up beside you, life isn't quite what we thought it was, but we hold on to what we've got. And I have a feeling you'll be here a while, so hold me close. I love you. I love you. Wait in the dark for your smile. When my heart overloads, then I'll breathe and let life take me where it goes. As I know we will love in the end, and I heard it then, I heard it now. Your words forever dance around my little town, down narrow streets with cobblestones. What you said is woven in its bones. I love you. I love you. Wait in the dark for your smile. When my heart overloads, then I'll breathe and let life take me where it goes. As I know we will love in the end, and I heard it then, I heard it now. Your words forever dance around my little town, down narrow streets with cobblestones. What you said is woven in its bones. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Yeah, it was all like, all of it was quite unbelievable, to be honest. Like, I didn't think that I would get those opportunities so quickly, and or even just to have those opportunities in general, because it was, yeah, I just didn't expect it whatsoever. So I think from the BBC award, there was quite a lot of like hype after it, like lots of just lots of press, and we were still sharing all the videos, and it was still going on to kind of up till Christmas. But also at I think it was in November time, if I'm right, but November time, I came across like a press release, or just like I can't remember what it was on, one of the like a news kind of report, like doing a press release, and it was from like Tom Walker and his team, and they were announcing that he's doing an intimate tour around Scotland. I think he was also doing Manchester, and he wanted to open up the support slots to emerging Scottish artists, to like give them an opportunity to perform at different venues, and to like sold out shows. And it was like you could apply, and I was like, oh, I have to do that. So I applied straight away, and I was like, oh, that would be amazing. But then you apply for things, and you're like, great, if I get it, amazing. But I've not got any. You keep your expectations quite low, I think, for getting things. So yeah, I applied for that, and then kind of forgot about it. I was like, Christmas then came along, and it was all the manic time of Christmas, and then it was kind of January. In January, I was a bit like, oh, what did I do? Like, I hadn't really planned or prepared anything for after the BBC award, because I didn't even know that, that wasn't in my plan. I had planned just to like release my song and go and like busk for the summer, and then obviously the BBC award happened, and it was incredible, and just, yeah. So January, I was a bit like, oh, what am I doing? Like, I've not got anything planned. Like, I'll need to maybe now start contacting people and maybe record some new songs. And then I was like, oh, I've not really heard. I've definitely not got it. I've not got the slot. Like, no chance. And then the tour started in the beginning of February. And I think it was literally like a week and a half or 2 weeks before the tour started, I got an email. It was like, congratulations, you've been selected for supporting Tom Walker. And I was like, because at that moment I was having like what am I doing? Like, I don't know what like, I felt a bit lost in that kind of in January, because I was like, I've had all this massive big like this big leap, and I've had this jump within my music, and now I'm like, I don't really know what to do. So the fact that that happened as well, and I got selected for the support slot, and that was an even bigger thing. And Tom Walker, he's so known and his music is amazing, and I was just like, I can't believe this. I just could not believe it. And literally it was like, right, we need you in a week and a half, and I was like, okay, I can do it. That was it. And then it was, so actually you were to apply for one city or town. So there was like Edinburgh and Glasgow, and there was like Inverness and Aberdeen and Forres and like lots of areas up north. And I was like, I have a feeling everyone will apply for Glasgow and Edinburgh because they're central belt. So I was like, right, I'm going to go and apply for up north. Just with chances, I might have more of a chance. And then I got selected for Forres, which is like up north. So it was fun. So it was me and my friend Emma. We sort of road tripped up, and she was helping me out with music at that time. Like, she studied music business, so she was helping me doing like applications and just like chatting about things and bouncing ideas back. So she came along with me, and we drove up and stayed over in a wee like Airbnb, and just that itself, like going on a little tour, and it was like my first ever like sort of wee road trip and tour, like to a show, and even that itself was such a cool experience. And then we stayed over in a wee Airbnb, and then we were to be there kind of lunchtime, like on the day of the show, and do sound check and get all loaded in and everything. And yeah, it was amazing. And then I think it was, so we went on and performed. So it was me and another artist called Stephanie Cheap. She also got selected. So I was on first, which was so nerve-wracking because I was straight on like singing. But weirdly, like I used to get, I still get nervous. I think everyone gets nervous. But I used to get so nervous, and I don't know if it's because, just be me and my guitar, because at that point I hadn't started to play with a band. I was just always solo. So I think like it was so nerve-wracking. I knew it was sold out. This was Tom Walker's show, and I'm going out there with just me and my guitar. But actually, like the second I was having, like I was like, I couldn't keep myself together. Like a second before I went on. But weirdly, as soon as I stepped on, it was like all that got left at the sort of stage door. And I went on, and it was like the best I've ever performed. I just loved it. And I think it was the fact like everyone was there to see the music and like see you perform. And it was such a great crowd. And yeah, just even that was amazing. And I was like, this is what I want to do, and this is where I'm meant to be. And yeah, it was incredible. And then Tom, afterwards, just before his set, he actually came backstage, and I got to meet him. So me and Stephanie and like her band and everyone, we got to have a wee chat and get some photos. And he's just lovely guy, so down to earth, regular guy, just chatting. And we were just like, thanks so much for giving us this opportunity. Like, it's incredible. But he was just so humble. He's just so down to earth about it all. And yeah, and then he went on and did a show, and I got to stand like literally just at the stage and watch it all, which was incredible as well. So the whole experience was amazing. And even just to have that, to say that I've supported Tom Walker is, it's just another like massive stepping stone to then trying to get more gigs and festivals and just keep like building my career, really. So it was incredible, the whole thing. Amazing. This is Not Let You Go. Your mind could see you hurting deep inside, trying to make sense of everything that feels wrong. just have me know. Took one look at your mind, could see you hurting, 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 though now it's as a pastime. Well, I think, so from like Tom Walker, so that was February, and then obviously lockdown then happened in March, and for that year, you know, I was sort of going through the waves of just being a musician and trying to do the whole online thing and live streams, and it was great to start with, but I think the novelty sort of began to wore out. So there was a while where I actually just had a wee break. Like I was like, you know, I think we were like, what are we gonna do? You know, it felt like there was no way out of this. So for the summer of like lockdown, I was doing loads of live streams, getting involved online and just trying to be part of the community that was building. Like there was really a great like online community for music, which was amazing. And then kind of to the end of the year, I was very lucky I could still work. So I was just working in a wee cafe local to me, and like they were doing takeaway and stuff. So that was keeping me busy. But kind of through that period, I didn't do a lot. But then I slowly started to go back to just purely writing, which I kind of, like I go through waves with that as well. So actually then I took some time and just wrote lots of new songs. But also at the end of the year, I jumped into a music course because I was like, right, I need to do something that's going to keep me busy and, you know, keep pushing me to work on music and learn more, and I might as well while I'm at home. So I actually jumped into a music year, and through that as well, like I started just writing loads of new songs. So I think I was just building that up and just practicing guitar more and just building that up. And then is that like kind of coming into like the spring, summer of last year, things were easing and, you know, like everything was becoming a bit more hopeful, and I was like, right, great, maybe we can start getting gigs, and you know, I would love to do a show because I've been writing all this music and I'm getting excited and I want to share it with people, and I think like it was just, I just wanted to get out there and just do music. And it was actually through, there's a organisation called Off Access, and they basically help set up like independent artists, and then we would pair like 2 or 3 artists up and you all swap shows. So I'd actually signed up to that maybe kind of the beginning of the year. But I was like, oh, you know, I kind of forgot about it because I was like, I applied like months ago. And then they were like, right, if you want to do this, you can book a venue, and like, so they would help kind of with all the admin stuff and help you out with that. So I was like, cool, I'll book a venue in December, and this was like summer. And I was like, yeah, it's ages away. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh, it's like October, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is like so soon. So then at that point things were starting to opening up, like gigs were happening again. And I was like, do you know what, I'm gonna go for it. Because at that point I did have plans to have released songs through the summer, but it just didn't happen. And I was like, should I do this because I've not got new music out? Like usually, like if you're going to do a headline show, you'd maybe bring out a new single or an album or something. But I was like, do you know what? We've not had music for so long now, and even just to do a show and for people to come and see it and me just to share my unreleased new songs is so exciting. So I was like, let's go for it. And I got my musician friends together, formed a band. I reached out to 2 other artists that got shortlisted for the BBC award. So one of them is called Kate Kyle, and she's like a sort of artist, singer-songwriter from I think it's Dumfries. And then there's Megan Black as well. So they were both in the BBC award and became really good friends with them at that point. So I was like, do you know what? This would be so nice if I could get you on board, and it's like a wee reunion from the BBC and trying to keep that going as well. So I was like, would you like to come and support me? And yeah, just kind of got it all together. And then by that point it was December, and we had planned loads of band rehearsals in, and I've got a great band now, and they helped sort of bring my new songs to life. And yeah, that was it, and it happened, and it was such a great response and turnout, and I think everyone was getting excited with me, which was so nice. And yeah, it was great, and we got there and just got all set up, and then Megan and Kate played, and then I was on, and it was just so nice, and it was my first time like playing with a band as well, and that was just so different, such a different experience, but it was so nice to like be on stage with my friends and like these great musicians and bringing these songs to life, and I had all my friends and family watching, and yeah, it was just such a lovely experience. This is Dreams by Fleetwood Mac. Oh, here you go again, you say you want your freedom. Well, who am I to keep you down? It's only right that you should play the way you feel it, but listen carefully to the sound of your loneliness, like a heartbeat drives you mad in the stillness of remembering what you had and what you lost and what you had and what you lost. Thunder only happens when it's raining. Players only love you when they're playing. Say, woman, they will come and they will go. When the rain washes you clean, you'll know. You will know. Oh, here I go again. I see the crystal visions, and I keep my visions to myself. It's only me who wants to wrap around your dreams. And have you any dreams you'd like to sell? Dreams of loneliness, like a heartbeat drives you mad in the stillness of remembering what you had and what you lost and what you had and what you lost. Thunder only happens when it's raining. Players only love you when they're playing. Say, woman, How can I ever change things that I feel? If I could, maybe I'd give you my world. How can I